right, welcome back to another episode of me yapping on camera about business problems. Today is getting more clients. So what am I doing right now? Well, I am a marketer first, so I am trying to not necessarily put all my eggs in one basket, but really reach a particular audience in a particular place where they like to hang out. And for me, in B2B SaaS, that's a lot of LinkedIn. So I am posting pretty consistently on LinkedIn. I have a whole little strategy around that based on my audience and who I have been working with in the past. For me, that's just posting 4 days a week, and each post corresponds to a different section of a marketing funnel. And I've been doing that pretty consistently since January, and it's gotten me one client. The thing that worked for me as a product video studio or motion and video for B2B SaaS was a breakdown of another video that I saw, and I think it was from Granola, the kind of transcription AI app. That was actually such a pleasant surprise, but I think it happened kind of too early because it got me really excited about growth. And since then, I haven't had any other leads come through because of that. I have been raising my prices throughout all of this. The client that I'm working with on that video is significantly lower than what I would charge now, but a client nonetheless through organic social media marketing. Other things that I'm doing that I'm not sure are working or not, so not negative, not positive. YouTube. I haven't spent any money on ads or anything like that. I think that's how most small teams are. YouTube is fine. It's free. This takes a little bit of time and a little bit of editing, but I do think, again, it will compound. I haven't done any email marketing. I'm not using any lists. Even when I post on LinkedIn, I use AI pretty sparingly just to kind of give me ideas. And then something I took away from meeting with somebody more successful than me was going to in-person events. So I guess you consider this marketing. I'm not really sure if I would put it in that category, but going to actual in-person events, maybe it's for product, maybe it's for founders, maybe it's for creatives. I'm gonna try doing more of that because I think it's easier to do business with people that you actually know. Beyond that, what is not working? What I hate about this whole process is using LinkedIn Sales Navigator. Again, I have put most of my eggs in this basket of LinkedIn because that's where my audience likes to hang out. I'm trying to be strategic about it. I have done some filtering. I'm not just like a complete noob. I'm new to LinkedIn Sales Nav, but I understand how to segment your audience on there, get more specific. I do a little bit of research before I send messages to people, like, is this a real founder? Is this in the right, industry? Are they building something that I think I could actually make a video for? Do they already have a video? Do they have clear messaging? And I try to put all of these into a very, very, very concise first message that doesn't seem automated. I've attended a workshop on how to send these first messages with LinkedIn Sales Nav, but that felt still too gross to me. Anyway, so I've been sending messages on LinkedIn Sales Nav and tons of connection requests. I think the connection requests are good because it just kind of expands my circle, but I need to be better about personally sending messages. I think I could send a higher volume and I might get more responses and ultimately a lead out of it. But so far, after a couple of months, 2, maybe 3 months of using LinkedIn Sales Navigator, paying $125 for it, I have no real business because of it. Now, because I've raised my prices, if I could just get one customer, thanks to LinkedIn Sales Navigator, messaging, sending unlimited connection requests, whatever, it's already paid for itself. So this is a justifiable business cost, right? So if you are in a marketing team and you're selling something that is worth thousands of dollars, highly recommend. It's probably worth something. Maybe you're better at sending messages than I am, but nothing yet. That's not working. And then some other things that I can't really quantify in terms of marketing and sales and client acquisition. I do have some insights into traffic on my website. I have a pretty decent, bounce rate on my website. I have some case studies on there that I think are pretty powerful, and I have people clicking on the contact page. What I'm trying to do now is what I would do for clients is take a look at the website. Where are we losing people? Is the messaging not clear enough? What's happening between them landing on your website, seeing your videos, seeing your copy, seeing your offer, and them clicking on your contact page, and where the drop off is necessarily happening. So everything on my LinkedIn, messages that I send usually direct people to my contact page on my website. So some of the traffic is thanks to that, LinkedIn to website. The idea is to, again, funnel these down from like socials to website to business, right? And then business has to be like qualified people, like not just tire kickers. So maybe since the last time I was on YouTube, I have, productized my offers to make it extremely transparent. And yeah, nothing has happened yet. So we will see. I'll keep you posted. I would have really loved to have gotten a new client thanks to LinkedIn Sales Navigator, but that has yet to be seen. Last bonus thing, in an effort to get more business. So I already have, as I'm sending these messages and posting on LinkedIn, sometimes it's helpful to have a lead magnet, something that is valuable to people that they would want to download. I hate gated content, so I don't think other people would like gated content. So I've made like a downloadable guide to help people kind of walk through the video making process. It's just a bunch of questions that are pertinent to making product marketing videos. If you're watching this and you're interested, it pretty much just says, and you probably already know of these, but it's hard to remember to ask these questions when you're making marketing content. It's like, who is your audience? At what step are they in the customer journey? What is their temperature? What is the problem that your product solves that you want in the video? What kind of formats do you need? So it's like it's a guide that you could use with not just me, but anybody making a video internally, agency, freelancer, whatever, to just make a better video that is more strategic and well thought out. That's my lead magnet. I'm not measuring downloads on that. Maybe I should, but I'm hoping that, if people download it, it's got my brand name printed all over it, they'll remember me. So as soon as a customer comes in and they're like, oh, I used your I used your guide, then I can kind of chalk that off as a successful resource. But for now, I'm not tracking it. I'm already tracking a million other things. Adding on to the bonus round, I've also run into this issue of saved posts on LinkedIn where it's just this endless chronological list of things that you saved. So to solve my own problem and to potentially get more customers, I have built my own Google Chrome extension to better organize LinkedIn saved posts. Now it's called the Rad Saver. It's made by Rad Creative. It's live on the Chrome store now if you want to check it out. I could make a whole video about this process of building something, but this is another thing that I've made in an effort to acquire new business. So in the world of marketing, you want to spearfish, picking the right people at the right time when they're ready to buy, but at the same time you have to cast a wide net. It's this weird double position. I don't have the right word right now, but yeah, I have a YouTube channel to reach a larger audience of maybe creative studio owners, maybe marketers, maybe founders. I have LinkedIn for very targeted, specific messages directly to people who could benefit from my services. I have a lead magnet to use in these places, and then I have a Google Chrome extension. So I'm using all of these things in an effort to acquire more business. The only thing that has worked so far, just recapping, has been posting on LinkedIn, talking about product videos from an expert point of view, and then somebody's told a friend, and then that friend kind of needed those services. So it is this long slog of me trying out a bunch of different stuff, but I think that's just what marketing is. I've been in a product marketing team. They made a ton of crap, lots of crap that were sales enablement tools, top of funnel tools, bottom of funnel tools, and it really just takes a good variety of everything to reach your audience at different points in time. And I'm just a video guy, which can be, and you can use the video at different points along that process. And that's kind of the hard part to dial in and communicate to my audience, is like, this is a tool, but how you make it determines where the video should go in this thing that we call marketing and client acquisition. And that's where I'm an expert in, and I'm learning more about all these other areas and casting this wide net. So I'll wrap it up here. It's been a slog. I'm a little demotivated, but I do feel like I'm close to something. And I think these videos might be helpful to a very particular type of person. So I'm happy to share this journey and what I'm building, about my process, sharing how I think, in the hopes that it helps somebody else, or it helps, customers see how I am problem solving, and you could use video to problem solve for them as well. So hope you enjoyed learning about client acquisition and my lack thereof. Thanks again for watching. Ciao.